I'm your host, Davida Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today's presentation is, have you ever wondered how much your diet affects your mental health? And since we're talking about personal development, mental health is very much a part of it. And the food that you intake affects who you are, how you think in some way or another. Because if you're diabetic, for instance, what happens? If you don't eat on a regular intervals or you don't eat the right food, you can get sick. Well, the same thing affects your mental health. So eating a balanced diet goes a long way to improving your physical and general well-being. Healthy eating is essential in regulating blood sugar, boosting immunity, supporting muscle function, and maintaining a healthy weight. You may not know this, but the food that you eat also impacts your mental health. According to research, diet and nutrition influences various aspects of your cognitive functions and mental state, including mood, memory, intelligence, reasoning, problem solving. Conversely, a lack of certain nutrients in your diet can lead to various mental health problems. Dietary deficiencies can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and cognitive fatigue. That when you're wide awake, that's when you're more aware of what's going on around you. And as the day wears on, or we see is that people are more alert at certain times and certain parts of the day. And some of that is related to your biorhythms. But there's so many aspects of dealing with mental health. So, conversely, a lack of certain nutrients in your diet can lead to various mental health problems. Dietary deficiencies can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and cognitive fatigue. This presentation explores the possibility of a link between food and mental health. It also explains how diet and nutrition might influence mental health. Is there a link between food and mental health? According to the Harvard Medical School, your brain is always active and it requires fuel to continue functioning optimally. The energy that your brain needs to perform its functions comes from your food intake. So, with that said, the quality and the nutrition content of the food matters as far as your mental health is concerned. A well balanced diet consisting of omega 3s, vitamins, plant based antioxidants, amino acids, minerals, and macrobiotics is ideal for your cognitive function and overall mental health. A poor diet promotes oxidation stress and inflammation, leading to impaired brain function and depression. Various studies suggest that consuming poor quality diets such as refined sugars, highly processed meats, and high fat dairy products can lead to adverse mental health outcomes such as depression. Depression is the number one killer today, or in so many ways, depression is one of the worst of the mental illness spectrum, simply because, well, just look at the fact that you have how many people that are entertainers today that talk about depression that never talked about it before. And not just that, but the bipolar disorder. And there were many years ago that suffered from bipolar disorder, or what was then called manic depressive. But also, it was not talked about, and because it's such a hidden disability, people didn't really understand what it was all about. But today we talk about it, and by talking about it, you understand it. And if you look at different cultures, each culture eats differently or slightly differently, but it's learning what foods are good for you and what foods are bad for you, and then balancing that all out based on the culture and the kinds of foods that you eat. In a meta analysis on dietary patterns and depression risk, research was pulled from 21 studies in 10 countries that pointed to a pattern that high intakes of fruits, vegetables, fish, olive oil, and whole grains reduced the risk of depression. However, these studies only show a link between food and mental health without proving cause or effect. Even though research is ongoing, the current findings suggest a strong association between food and mental health. So, does food help prevent mental conditions? Food and mental health have a symbiotic relationship. In any case, the nutrition and the food that you eat influences your mental state, mood, and cognitive function. And as you know, consuming a healthy diet can have a protective effort on your mental health. With that in mind, researchers are mulling over the possibility of using diet and nutritional psychiatry to prevent and treat various mental health conditions. Undoubtedly, current therapies and medications for mental conditions are helpful, but they are becoming ineffective with time. For this reason, researchers are advocating for nutritional psychology to treat and prevent mental illnesses. Foods that boost mental health. Some foods and beverages, such as caffeine and chocolate, may trick your brain into releasing chemicals it thinks your body is lacking, while it's not. Others may prevent the gut from converting food into nutrients your brain requires. For this reason, it is essential to monitor what you eat for your mental health and overall well being. Food rich in vitamin B, folic acid, folate, omega 3, fatty acids, zinc, and magnesium are ideal for improving mental health. So here's a list of some of the foods that you can eat to boost your mental health: leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, kale, Brussels sprouts, oysters, mussels, avocados, bananas, pumpkin, blueberries, apples, grapefruit, kiwi fruit, salmon. Avoid skipping meals. Instead, ensure that you eat at set intervals throughout the day. Bottom line, a healthy, balanced diet of fruits and vegetables, legumes, cereals, fish, and unsaturated fats can help improve various mental illnesses such as stress, depression, and anxiety. Healthy nutrition is ideal for your mood and your mental health. What you eat significantly influences your physical and psychological well being, and dietary deficiencies can increase the onset and effects of the chronic mental illnesses. With this in mind, you should watch your diet to ensure that whatever you consume has all the nutritional benefits that your brain needs for optimal functioning. And here's the last thing that I'm going to say about this, that there's a lot of factors that go into our mental health, and mental illness has a lot of factors involved in the cause of mental illness, but eating the right foods can help you as one factor of helping you to balance out the nutrients in your body and the chemicals in your brain.